He never expected kindness to change his life. He thought it was just something you did quietly, without rewards, without applause. But one ordinary afternoon, in a glass office overlooking a busy American city, a single dad learned that the kindness you give can come back in ways you never imagine. This is a story about small choices, gentle hearts, and a question that stopped him cold: why would I want them when I have you? Before we begin, if stories like this warm your heart and remind you that kindness still matters, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. It helps more people find stories that uplift and inspire. You're watching Your Channel Name, and we're glad you're here. Ethan Miller was a single dad doing his best to hold everything together. At 38, he had lines on his forehead that hadn't been there a few years ago. They came from early mornings, late nights, and the quiet worry that followed him everywhere. His whole world revolved around his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. After Lily's mom passed away from a sudden illness, Ethan had to learn how to be both mom and dad overnight. He packed lunches, braided messy hair, read bedtime stories, and kissed scraped knees. He also worked full-time as a personal assistant to a powerful CEO, trying to be strong even when he felt anything but. His boss, Victoria Reynolds, was known across the company as intimidating, brilliant, and impossible to impress. She ran a multi-million-dollar firm with confidence and sharp precision. People whispered about her icy demeanor and rumored loneliness, but no one dared ask her personal questions. No one except Ethan, not because he was brave, but because he was kind. Victoria had noticed it early on. He remembered everyone's coffee order. He stayed late without complaining. He listened more than he talked. When the receptionist's car broke down, Ethan gave her a ride home. When an intern messed up a presentation, he quietly helped fix it instead of reporting them. He didn't do these things to be noticed. He did them because that's who he was. One Friday afternoon, Victoria called Ethan into her office. She was standing by the window, arms crossed, staring out at the city below. "Sit down," she said, not unkindly. Ethan sat, unsure what this meeting was about. He ran through his mind, wondering if he'd missed an email or made a scheduling error. "I'm tired of being set up," Victoria said suddenly. "Everyone thinks I need help finding someone." Ethan nodded politely, unsure if he was supposed to respond. She turned around and looked at him. "You seem to know people, normal people, good people." He smiled faintly. "I try." "I want you to choose men for me to date," she said flatly. "No games, no nonsense, just decent men." Ethan nearly choked. "Me?" "You," she confirmed. "I trust your judgment." He hesitated. "With respect, Ms. Reynolds, I'm not exactly an expert." She raised an eyebrow. "You're a single father who still believes in kindness. That tells me enough." Against his better judgment, Ethan agreed. Over the next few weeks, he carefully introduced Victoria to men he genuinely respected. A teacher who volunteered on weekends, a widowed firefighter with a gentle heart, a small business owner who treated his employees like family. Each date went well on paper. The men were polite, successful, and sincere, yet every time Victoria came back unimpressed. "They're fine," she said after one dinner, "just not it." Ethan apologized, feeling like he was failing at yet another thing, but Victoria never seemed upset with him. If anything, she seemed calmer around him, softer. One evening after work, Ethan rushed out early to pick up Lily from daycare. She burst into his arms, excited to show him a crayon drawing she'd made. "What is it, sweetheart?" he asked. "It's you and me," she said proudly. "You're my hero." Victoria had walked out behind him and stopped in her tracks. She watched as Ethan crouched down, listening intently as Lily explained every detail of her picture. That night, Victoria couldn't stop thinking about it. The next morning, she brought Ethan coffee. He looked surprised. "You didn't have to," he said. "I wanted to," she replied. Their conversations grew longer. They talked about life, loss, and the pressure of expectations. Ethan never tried to impress her. He just listened with genuine care. One rainy evening, Victoria asked Ethan to stay late and help review a proposal. Halfway through, the power flickered and the office lights dimmed. "Looks like we're stuck for a bit," Ethan said lightly. Victoria laughed, a sound few people ever heard. "When did you get so good at making things feel less stressful?" He shrugged. "You learn when a little girl is counting on you." Something shifted in that moment. A few days later, Victoria invited Ethan to dinner. He assumed it was work-related. He even brought his laptop. Halfway through the meal, she set her fork down. "Why do you think none of the dates worked?" she asked. He thought for a moment. "Maybe you weren't looking for someone impressive. Maybe you were looking for someone real." She studied him carefully. "And what does real look like to you?" He swallowed. "Someone who shows up. Someone who's kind when no one's watching." Silence hung between them. Then Victoria asked the question that changed everything. "Why would I want them?" she said softly, "when I have you?" Ethan froze. "Victoria, She held up her hand. "I'm not asking for an answer right now. I just needed you to know." He went home that night shaken and confused. He tucked Lily into bed, kissed her forehead, and sat alone in the dark, thinking. He had always put everyone else first. He had never imagined someone choosing him. Over the next weeks, they took things slow. Coffee turned into walks. Conversations turned into laughter. Victoria met Lily, and Lily instantly adored her. "You're nice," Lily said one day. "You smile with your eyes." Victoria nearly cried. What grew between Ethan and Victoria wasn't rushed or flashy. It was built on respect, patience, and countless small acts of kindness. The kind that shows up every day, the kind that listens, the kind that stays. Ethan didn't stop being a single dad trying his best. He didn't stop being kind. And Victoria didn't stop being strong. She just learned it was okay to let someone stand beside her. In the end, it wasn't matchmaking that brought them together. It was kindness, quiet, consistent, and real. Because sometimes the love you're searching for is already right there, noticing how you treat the world. And sometimes the simplest kindness can change everything. If this story touched your heart, remember this. Kindness doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. Show up, care deeply, choose compassion. You never know whose life you might change or how it might change your own.